Hey, welcome to the Yeg Show. Okay. Welcome to the Yeg Show. I'm Tia Diamo. We have a show for you tonight. First up, we have Greg Davis. He's been in the media business for more than a decade. His project, Melanistic Magazine, is an idea that has brought every aspect of Black life and experience to the forefront of our minds. He's described as passionate and a driving force on the Canadian media landscape, giving a megaphone to Black writers and journalists. He's a visionary in every sense of the word. His magazine is a sophisticated reflection of the beauty and realities of the metropolitan Black experience in Edmonton. Hello, Greg.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, T?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome to the action. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate the invite.
The introduction I read was from that. That was our winter edition, and the print copy came out today. And you kindly featured with us. So thanks again twice for featuring and for coming on the show. So when we talk about Melanistic Magazine, congratulations on your first year. Your anniversary
Oh,
is
thank you.
upcoming. All right.
Anniversary is officially actually officially tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Tomorrow would be exactly a year when we cracked open the box on the first print. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? You're still here after a year. How does it make you feel?
Feels really good. Yeah, considering what 2020 was, and we're still here. The magazine has been getting better with each issue, and yeah, I can't wait to see where we go with it for 2021.
Amen. Your magazine has done so well in spite of this pandemic. What has been your secret?
I don't think there's say a secret. We've focused a lot on creating a quality product that people can get excited about and get behind. And once everyone saw the quality of the first issue and saw the consistency, that helped in kind of building the momentum, getting advertising support from businesses, and allowing us to expand into Calgary and a few other things.
When we talk about melanistic, that's also Black culture. How have you been received in Calgary, in Edmonton, everywhere you take this vibe to? Because it's a movement, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a movement, a little bit of I guess a lifestyle. I mean we are melanistic. In terms of reception, it's been very overwhelmingly positive. Most people that when they see it for the first time are quite surprised by the production value, the editorial value, the look, the feel, the energy that we bring, the positivity that we focus on promoting. And so far, it's been well received in Calgary in terms of the pickup rate. Definitely well received here at our home base in Edmonton. And we're actually going to be expanding into Winnipeg with this upcoming issue. So we're starting to spread the word across Canada.
Exciting times for you. Oh wow, Winnipeg. Wow. So it's like a national magazine, not just Edmonton based.
Yeah, not just Edmonton based. Like what we did over the last few months is there's actually a network of Black run bookstores across Canada. And so we kind of started nibbling around the edges. And we had a bookstore in Winnipeg that we had a really good conversation with that said, yeah, we want to carry your stuff starting this issue. Let's start off with a reasonable amount and see how it goes. So next step is to probably end up in Ontario by spring, but we'll see how it goes.
You go, brother. We'll be cheering for you. You go. You go, you go.
uh,
And what is exciting about your magazine is the quality. It's really different. Like when you think Black people, When you think, what I'm trying to say is the kind of magazines that existed in our community before Melanistic came in, yours is on a totally different level.
Yeah, it stems from the team that we have. So there's like myself. I've been in magazine sales and the media world since about 2006. So I have that experience in terms of working in a magazine in Tokyo, a magazine in Toronto, a national local magazine here in Edmonton, all of which are top-notch award-winning magazines. And the makeup of our team, so with Nigel, Nilo, Robert, Tanya, Joe, and now Rodney, we all believe in putting out the best product possible. And we actually have I guess an approach where if we're not happy with the look of the magazine, we will intentionally delay it 2 or 3 weeks until we get it right. So we work really hard in making sure that we have the best possible product that we can put out there.
Let's talk about Edmonton for a moment. Would you say like Monday was Martin Luther King Day, next month is Black History Month, February. Would you say there's enough representation for Black people here in Edmonton? And when you go across all these cities, do you find that Black people are being represented in the right way?
Um, Short answer, no. There's still a lot of room to grow, room to improve. There's still a lot of systemic issues that we all have to deal with and work through. And there's systemic issues from people outside the culture and systemic issues within the culture. And so, we are making steps in the direction of getting more representation, stronger representation, because representation is good, but you need quality and the right kind of representation. And so there's always room to get more of the right people in the right positions doing the right things to uplift everyone in the community.
So when we say systemic issues, what have been your top challenges? I know funding is probably right there on top, but what have been your practical operational challenges in doing this?
Well, in terms of just publishing.
Yes, yes.
I mean the biggest systemic thing that Melanistic has had to deal with um, really boils down to, I guess, the banks. Dealing with banks. Banks have a way of, when they see a black business owner walking into the branch, it's like, whoa, I don't know. The black guy with a media company, I don't know. Right. In terms of everything else, with the publishing world, getting advertisers is always a challenge, regardless of what you produce and publish. Things with like our printers and those things run incredibly smooth. Most of the people in the media business are about business and the media. So a lot of times they really don't have time to stop with nonsense. It's how much money do you have to spend and how willing are you to speak to my readership? And can I deliver, the platform for a company to speak to my readership?
Oh, I see. I mean, when you go about trying to get advertising dollars from Melanistic Magazine, do you sometimes maybe perhaps find it offensive that when people think about Black people, we're being put in a box where all we're talking about is our culture, our arts, entertainment, maybe not outside that. Do you find that synonymous with um, the representation of Black people at all?
Yeah, I mean the stigma around, there are lots of stigmas and stereotypes and ways we're represented. The first thing is, if you're a young black man, you must be playing basketball or football. If you're a young black woman, obviously you're going to be going into like social work or something like that, and that's how the system sometimes tries to push us and pigeonhole us. And oh, you must be a hip if it's music. Oh, it must be hip hop, must be reggae, must be soca. It can't be classical music. Oh no, heaven forbid jazz, right? Um, so I stopped finding it offensive a long time ago, and I just use it as kind of more of a fuel to disprove some of those things that people might think or believe, and it's an opportunity to educate them and show them a better way, or at least a different way.
Hmm. Are you winning the public's trust?
I believe so. So far, we have, and that's on different levels. Like you referenced earlier, Edmonton was kind of used to a certain standard of black media representation, which led to certain points of distrust in different areas. I think the quality of Melanistic speaks for itself, and that's what wins the trust of the community, the trust of the readers, the trust of our advertisers, the trust of our sponsors. And as long as we continue to produce the best quality magazine, we will begin to get more recognition, a lot more trust in the marketplace, and who knows, we'll probably become the ebony of the North, hopefully one day.
My brother, amen to that. I'm just wondering, do you find that establishments in all these places are warmed up to Melanistic Magazine or to you? Is that what you find, that they're receptive, they're willing, they're helpful?
If they're winning, if they're
Or helpful when I'm talking about establishments, the people, um, establishment, the powers that be, people at the legislature, are they helpful? So,
Oh, absolutely. Like we've had some amazing partners this year. Like when we started Melanistic and started selling advertising, it was pretty much, this was my imagination. It was, I didn't have an actual magazine. I just had a thought and a story to tell. And we had right out the gate guys like Londonderry Mall all in. We believe in what you're saying, even though we haven't seen it. We believe it. Guys like the Edmonton Community Foundation, they have been a massive supporter of ours and the stuff that we've been doing, and helping us, make it through 2020 and help us tell the story of the Black community and the Black experience. Guys like Rig Hand Distilleries, always a phone call away. The Heritage Festival Association, they have been big. So many different people that have jumped on board. Like Errol Scott with the real estate side of things, jumped in from day one and has held down the real estate corner for us. There's so many different people that we can call upon for different things, be it an event, be it a prizing, be it a giveaway, be it an idea that's outside of the box, that is beyond the realm of advertising, that are willing to step up with us and run with us to accomplish our goals.
that's so promising. And two things I've heard. Do you find that you at some point run out of the kind of caliber of Black people you need to invest in your business?
You mean in terms of advertising?
Yeah. And do that's just something I always worry about. What if we back out tomorrow? What if?
No. The guys that are advertising with us and that do tend to advertise, regardless of the community that they're in, they understand that we're running a serious business here, and they're also serious professionals. And so when we enter into any kind of an advertising contract, be it a big ad or a small ad, the whole idea of running away and backing out is not something that even crossed my mind, because I am treating you as the client with a certain level of professionalism that I expect to be reciprocated to me as a fellow business owner. So it's a mutual shared trust, mutual shared respect. We're serious business people. We're not here to play games with each other. I'm not here to waste your time. You're not here to waste my time. And so once that's established, the relationship has a really good foundation upon which to build on.
Hmm. Do you see advocacy as part of what you do? Advocating for Black issues, Black Lives Matter, anything along that spectrum?
Um, y- well, yes and no. Like we're not a political media. There's lots of other medias and platforms out there that deal with the politics of the community. What we do in terms of how we advocate is we try to tell a different story than what you may have normally heard. And in telling that different story, it opens eyes to other possibilities and educates people on different aspects of the Black community and the Black experience that they might not have even ever heard of. And so, yes, we're advocates, but we are coming from it on point of positive stories, positive energy, and the angles and stories that you've never heard of. Classic example in the issue that we released at the end of 2020, we focused on Kwanzaa, and a lot of people, even in the Black community, especially outside the Black community, have heard of Kwanzaa, have no idea what it is, no idea of the background, the realities, where it came from, what it means. And spent time in that entire issue focusing on the aspects and the education of Kwanzaa. And we got a ton of feedback from people, both in and outside of our community, that were like, wow, I had no idea that that's what it meant. So once those eyes are opened, it leads to change mindsets, changing attitudes, more open for discussion for different things.
So, what would you say to those people who feel there's no need for a Black magazine, that the other magazines on the market should do?
I'd say grab a copy of Melanistic and tell me how you feel after you read it. um, every cultural group I've ever come across or dealt with, and you probably can say the same, has their own media platform in some capacity that tells their story in a manner in which they wish to tell it. It's very difficult for someone that's not in our community to authentically tell that story. An example I could give you would be, say, from my adventure travel background, because that's my background in media is adventure travel. If you've never snowboarded, you can't tell me or talk to me or write a story about snowboarding in Jasper. You have no idea, right? You kind of know you've seen some stuff on TV, but you have no idea what it is to ride the edge, ride sideways, and things like that, carving up snow, first tracks. You have no idea what any of that means. So how are you going to talk about it? And it's the same thing with the Black community. You may be familiar, but you haven't walked in the shoes of the Black community. I haven't walked in the shoes of the Asian community, so I can't effectively tell the story of the Asian community or any other community.
And that brings me to this point. When we talk about communities, we are fragmented into our business units. And many of the small businesses I come in contact with, everybody's saying the same. And I agree, because I feel it too. I'm a member of the community, that there's just not enough money for
Hmm.
advertising dollars. Your brand is luxury. I love the feel of your magazine. If it were a human being, I'll hug it. But so how are you able to persuade how are you able to persuade small businesses to part with their hard-earned cash and advertise, or show face with you or stand with you? How do you do that?
Well, we have, like, just on the say the advertising front, we have different levels of advertising and advertising pricing. The cheapest ad in our magazine runs for $50. per issue. The most expensive ad runs for $1,000 per issue. So somewhere within that $50 to $1,000 range, there's bound to be something that if you're keen on advertising and advertising something you want to do, somewhere between those two price points is a package for you. And what we do is we don't sell advertising. What we're selling is access to our community, access to our readers. Do you want to speak to our audience? Yes, no. How important is it to you to interact with our audience? What kind of things and tools are important to you to help you get that message across to our audience? And sometimes it's not about advertising. Some also have events. Sometimes we do little giveaways. We do a lot of different things. It could just be distribution. Just having our magazine in your store can often bring people to the store just to pick up the magazine. And once they're in the store, they may end up buying something. So, there are so many ways in which to work together with different businesses in the community and to generate, mutual benefit between Melanistic and your company, and helping you get more people through that door.
So you belong to the rather exclusive and elusive Alberta Magazine Publishers Association, and in my head, I'm thinking lower class, middle class, upper class. That's what exists in England. In this country, it's probably middle class and upper class. How did you even achieve such a great feat?
Well, the Alberta Magazine Publishing Association, they are, they're not what I'd call an aristocrat type group. It's an association aimed to help the publishing industry in Alberta, and what they do is they advocate for funding and programs to help Alberta magazines be able to publish the content that we do. We have the distinction of first all Black magazine to become accepted rather as a member of AMPA. And it really was a conversation with another publisher, very well, Rob from Where Magazine. And he said he's one of my mentors. He kind of told me kind of what to look for, who to speak to, and then reaching out to AMPA. And before reaching out to AMPA, rather, making sure that our magazine was at a quality that would impress them, but also kept to the standards of the publishing industry. And so that's super important that you keep to certain publishing standards that fit the mandate of what a magazine is. So then they will then accept you as part of the group and, work with you on different things.
Has it been beneficial mutually? Are there any benefits from them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, totally. They, we have submitted a name in a bunch of categories for the Magazine of the Year Awards that's coming up in May of this year. Fingers crossed we get nominated. It opens us up to different tools for sales building, fund development through the government grants, opens us up for certain distribution scenarios, particularly in Calgary. And it also gives us a little bit of, part of a story to tell. It's like, hey, we're members of AMPA. People that are in the media industry in Alberta are familiar with, and it's like pretty impressive that in less than a year we were able to, open the doors to, as a Black media entity, to be a part of that particular group.
Absolutely, it's definitely envious, and I just wonder if Ladies Corner is ready. I'll look into it. Where do you get your news from?
My news?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love watching TYT. That's the Young Turks. I'm a big fan of independent media. So the Young Turks is where I get a lot of my news coverage from. I also watch a little bit of CNN. Back when Shep Smith was on Fox, I would watch some Shep Smith. He's not there anymore because they don't believe in us. So they believe in fairy tales. So I don't really watch Fox. Things like The Guardian, BBC World. Those are places that I go to get information on what's happening.
What are your plans for 2021? What should we expect from Melanistic this year?
My plans? Oh, it's a good question. Um, Hopefully to win Magazine of the Year in Alberta. I hope. If we could do that, that'd be a great first year for us. If we get nominated for that, it's a great first year for us. Um, but we definitely are looking to expand on the quality of the magazine and look at what other new programs that we could potentially add.
Okay. I mean, it's all sounding good. I think you'll have a great year. I think you are a trailblazer, and I'm so excited to be a part of Melanistic Magazine. And I've got a final
You there, T?
question. I'm sorry? I didn't get what you just said. I said I was proud to be, well, at least I'm talking to you now, to be your friend and to be a part of um of the progress. Well, I'm missing what you're saying.
Hmm. Well, I say it's not just it's the whole team. Oh, it's not. It's
One of the incredible things
hmm.
about Canada is,
Yeah. I was saying like melanistic. It's not just me. It's the whole team.
right. Okay, of course. We should,
Hello.
we should. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Greg, I can hear you. I got you. I can see. I can hear you. Thumbs up. I can hear you. Oh no. And I can't hear you again. And that's the thing.
It's cutting in and out. Okay. Okay. Cool.
I
Next
lost
question.
you there. I lost you there. And that's a weird thing. I stay here and we've got a booster as well. Even with a booster, you still get all this internet things going on. And
Yeah.
oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I cannot. Okay, yeah, you still get all these internet problems. Right, one final question. I'll let you go. I'm
It's
taking it
the
off.
joy of technology.
Oh goodness. Sometimes Canada feels like it's a dark age. Things don't work like this in other parts of the world. Things are a bit,
Hey,
I mean, it
bring
feels
it
like
on.
it's okay. So, Melanistic, where can we find out more
Yeah.
about you? Where can people go to pick up your magazine in Edmonton and Calgary? What are your handles? Where can we find out more about you?
Online, melanisticmagazine.com. You on our website we have a distribution list of locations in Edmonton, and we're going to be updating the Calgary locations as well, so you can see where you can pick it up in Calgary. Here in Edmonton and Calgary, however, it's a lot of the um, African, Caribbean restaurants, supermarkets, and some of the places that our community frequents. We're going to be expanding, like I said, into Winnipeg. Um, through one of the black-owned bookstores down there, starting with this coming issue. And we're going to be also expanding our circulation to include a few more of the coffee shops and a few more places in the downtown cores that are mainstream as well.
So, I'm genuinely excited for Melanistic Magazine in 2021. And I see you conquering this entire country. I see you going into North America. You have such a beautiful brand. I love the feel of your magazine. And you're Greg Davis. You featured in our Ladies Corner Winter Edition. Can you see they're looking like
Oh,
like
look!
a sexy
Oh, look
girl
at
that
that
you
sexy man!
there you go. And that and that just came out. So I want to say thank you
Cool.
so
Where
much.
can we grab where can
We get copies of this. Okay, so if you go onto our website, that's
hello?
a very good question. I can hear you.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay,
ladies.
got you.
Okay, okay. That's a thing, Anyway, so our website, ladiescorner.ca, you find there's a page there where you can pick up a copy of our beautiful magazine. Ladiescorner.ca. Everything should be up there. I will be up there.
Awesome.
Greg, I don't want to let you go, but Canadian internet,
Cool.
Edmonton internet indicates I must release you now. I've taken enough of your time. I want to say thank you so much, and I wish you all the very best for 2021.
No,
What are you guys doing for Black History Month next
thank you
month?
much. And from
Are you doing anything next month for Black
are we
History
doing
Month?
anything for Black History Month?
Yeah.
Um, uh, we don't have anything planned right now. We are currently chatting with a few organizations about doing a collaborative online event. But once we have something finalized, we will let everyone know.
Okay. Greg Davis, melanisticmagazine.com. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.